Hello everyone, it's that boy Josh. I'm here today to bring you another video on my Saab engine. This video is going to consist of making those balance blocks in the first video I told you about. Well, the balance shaft plugs, should I say. And spraying the top block on this, because as you can see I've missed a bit because I've only flipped it over and sprayed it on the bottom half. So what I need to do now is give it another coat of Pontiac blue on the top half, cover this top so we don't spray anything other good stuff in here, and then give it a lacquer cover. And then obviously as we continue to wait for this to dry in and out through bits, I'll make the balance shafts. You've just seen through the time lapse, I've just masked the top cover up so I don't get any of the paint in anywhere we don't want it. It's all about trial and error for this one, I think, really. With these Saab engines, you've got the direct ignition cassette that goes in here. We've got 4 spark plugs in there, but the direct ignition, you've got plastic tips on them, and these engines are renowned for getting really, really hot. So what I'm going to do is try and put some heat resistant paint down in there, and then maybe the lacquer on top of it as well, and hopefully that will aid in keeping the heat away from these plastic tips and mounting them, because I've had to replace this one as I brought it because all the tips have been melted away, and and again, these parts aren't really cheap. It was 200 and something quid just for the direct ignition cassette, and that was a genuine one. You don't want to go out buying Chinese ones or any cheap other equivalents because they just don't run with your engine properly. You want to buy genuine Saab ones, and like I say, they're getting harder and harder to get, but it is what it is. So on to the painting anyway. Right, so I'm just going to start spraying it up now. I'm going to be using some engine enamel. It's a Pontiac blue. Well, I got it, this blue colour here. Oh, well, you can see it on there anyway. Just got off eBay, cheap enough. But yeah, it's good enough. Seems good enough quality paint for what we want anyway. Just going to use a few light coats, applying it like so. I'm no professional, so just winging it. Just filling up everything, every last little bit I've missed, so I don't really have to go too mad. Try and watch the knife. Just up on top of these little bits that I've missed. And that's it. And then like I said, I'm going to try and go around in here. Make sure you're doing it in a well ventilated place as well, because obviously you don't want to fucking breathe in all of these fumes. You'll end up killing yourself off, which might not be a bad idea for some of you, isn't it? I'm joking. Insulting you already. Should be insulting this painting technique, Jesus Christ. Like I say, I ain't no professional. Just fucking winging it. That don't look too bad, that, to be fair. I mean, no one will be seeing this bit inside anyway. It's just solely to stop the heat transferring through, which we'll find out if it does or not. I mean, it could turn out that I brought fucking shit paint and it all flakes off, but we don't know if we don't try. I mean, people are a bit too afraid to try. Just give it a go, that's what I say. You know, less of the laughter voice from Josh anyway. So, whilst we wait for that to dry now, before we can put the lacquer on it, I am going to start making the balance blocks. Right, so we're over by the lathe now, and I'm going to need to make those plugs for the inlet. and exhaust shaft. So I'll probably just put this on a time lapse and you can just watch away.
Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it will cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering why my mind keeps on spinning. This isn't how living to me was told. Why am I like this? Something's always amiss. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside, but my mind won't apply. Waiting for the clear. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful.
So here's the finished project of one compared to the other. You can see the difference. I'll just put a little undercut in it so it can fit a circlip in. Just going to go and heat up the exhaust manifold housing bit now and see if it fits on. Give it a little trial fit. If it works properly, we'll make the other one. Right, so I've made these now, like I've shown you, and I'm just going to heat these up using this hot plate here. Whilst I'm talking to you, I might as well turn it on, let it heat up a little bit. I'm just going to heat this while it sits in, and then hopefully, as you can see, it's not fitting now at all, so you can't really push it in. So hopefully I can just push this in through this way, put the circlip on, and then that's job complete if I've made everything a-okay. See, feel that's getting a bit hot now, that's alright. Heat that up a little bit so it can expand. It's not that hot yet. I'm just going to keep flipping it over so some heat can get through to it. We're nearly there now. Fucking hell, I've got it stuck. Right, so the plan is to let this heat up now. Should have heated up quite a bit, to be honest with you, and just bash it through using this vice here. Pretty reluctant to pick it up with my own hands because it looks hot. That's why you've got your circlips here. Got to be quick about this. Not anything but. Looks like it doesn't want to go in. Right, now I've got that started, I might try and just get it through on the press if it don't work on it. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to get that through on the press. We'll give that a go. Hot. Who would have thought? Right, so I've got the press here. To be fair to you, it's not really that much of a good press. It's all out of square. But it will do for now, for what we want it to do. Fair to you. Don't think you're getting this back out. Let's release that. Okay, so we need to get a little bit more through. All I need to do is put 2 spaces between these so we can allow it to get through. So what I'm going to do now is I've got one that's got a hole down it. Hope you can see that. Does it lock like that? We should be able to push that through it easily. Just got to match it up properly. Help if you release this. Back up we go. There we go. Fits in perfect. Let's push this over to the centre of the voice. Voice? What are you on about? Centre of the press. Full. Let's give this a go. Right. That's gone through a little bit more now. It's fit, yeah. I think it's that much of a good fit. You wouldn't even need the circlip. But yeah, that's going nice. You can see that, let's send it out to the camera properly. But yeah, that's gone through nice, LS. So there you go, that's a plug for it. And when we start assembling the engine properly, you'll see where this goes. And how it's all gone together. I've made this plug out of aluminium because it's lightweight rather than steel, so reducing a bit more weight there. Let's see some madness. So what I'm going to try and do now is get this circlip over that little undercut that I've made. Hopefully, if all's gone well, you can do it. Hopefully you can see this from over there, but if not, you're going to have to bear with, because these things are so finicky. First time's a charm there, I think. Is that on properly? Just pushing it down there, make sure it's all flush, make sure the camera can focus, and I can get it right in. So what I've done there is I've just clipped it all down and pushed it all in, as you can see. So now I've made my little plug for that, and that's ready. Just rinse and repeat for the other one now. So as you can see, I've made these two little plugs for the balance shafts now, with the circlips around them. And that one's pretty much the same, with the circlip around it. What he's going to do is then go one in there. I've had to also, which I probably haven't mentioned, because there's probably still a load of more bolts to do, if I can get this one out anytime today. Where's the camera? There it is. I've had to polish each one of these back up again. These are all covered in muck. I've had to polish them all back up and bring them back to a good condition. Obviously you don't want to put dirty bolts back with a nice clean engine. Right then, so I should be able to show you by fitting this now. Tight fit. Make sure you're getting it in square. Right, let me just go get my lump hammer. I'll back in a minute. So, just giving it a love tap. Make sure they line up, because you'll be a pain in the ass to get it back after. Let's just screw in if we can get it in there. Yeah. Can I get it in there? Yeah. That started off now, so it shouldn't lose its place now. There you go. Knock him in flush. Wipe it. I'll check my Clark's manual after for the torque settings. Just for now. I'll just bolt them up. And same again for this one over here. If I can actually tap the bit I was looking for, Jesus. Right, I've got to come down a little bit more. Might just get a podger bar, a podger redo, and just gently persuade it. What I'm going to do is use this as a little podger bar in here to line up the hole. Hopefully that should have now pulled it down and we're able to get the screw in it. Got to put it down a bit more. Try not to damage the thread. It wants to go in, but it's just on a lean, which is not what we want really. So I can tap it down just a bit more using that punch. There you go. Well, what have I just done with that screw? Old butterfingers. And here he is. Some might say it was too easy, or I make it look too easy. Right. So, let's tap this fucker in. Now he is now flush. Wind him up. There you go. There you go. Like I said, I'll look at the specs, what to talk them up to later on. But for now, they're done. Don't think I did too bad job of them really, do you, to be honest. So, off camera, I just filled in that little bit right there. Once more with a blue coat, just because it was looking a little bit tacky. And then after, we're going to put it with this heat resistant lacquer up to 800 degrees Celsius. And hopefully that will stop all the mounting tip. Right, I think one more coat of lacquer on this and then we should be fine. After I'm done spray painting this, well, applying the lacquer should I say, I'm gonna tap out all the holes again and make sure you can put screws back down them. Obviously all this painting is gonna get into the holes somehow, so let's have to run a tap down them. The hard thing this is just trying to make sure you're getting everywhere, sorry, without applying loads of drips. Obviously if we've got any runs and stuff, I'll be able to clean it up by a later date. I think we're done. After I've used half the can. So I'm going to let that dry and see what it comes out like when it's fully dried. Thanks for watching along guys. Take care, like, comment and subscribe.